At 14, most kids are worried about school, friendships, and maybe the occasional family argument. For me, however, my life took a sudden and terrifying turn when I had my first heart attack. It happened while I was on vacation with my family. One moment, I was laughing and running along the shore, and the next, my vision blurred, my chest tightened, and I collapsed onto the sand. The world around me faded into an indistinct haze, my mother screaming my name, my father shouting for help, strangers crowding around me, their faces contorted with concern. The next thing I knew, I was waking up in a hospital bed, the beeping of monitors surrounding me, wires attached to my chest, and my parents looking pale and shaken at my bedside. The doctors informed us that I had Brugada syndrome, a rare and potentially fatal heart condition that affects the electrical impulses in the heart. Unlike other heart diseases that could be managed with medication or surgery, Brugada syndrome was unpredictable. There was no cure, only precautions. I was immediately fitted with an implantable cardioverter defibrillator, ICD, a small device designed to detect and correct irregular heartbeats. It was my new lifeline, a constant reminder that my life was no longer entirely under my control. Adjusting to the reality of my condition was difficult. I had to give up sports, avoid overly stressful situations, and always be cautious of my heart rate. My teenage years were filled with hospital visits, medication adjustments, and learning to read the warning signs of an impending episode. The carefree life I had known before my diagnosis was gone, replaced by the ever-present knowledge that my heart was a ticking time bomb. Now, in my late 20s, living with Brugada syndrome had become second nature. I no longer panicked at every irregular heartbeat, nor did I let my condition define me. However, it still dictated certain aspects of my life, particularly the need for regular hospital checkups. These visits ensured that my ICD was functioning correctly, that my condition hadn't worsened, and that I was still on the best possible treatment plan. Hospitals, for me, were as familiar as grocery stores. I knew the halls, the waiting rooms, the routine procedures. While most people dreaded hospital visits, I had come to accept them as an unavoidable part of my life. I often went alone, not wanting to burden my friends or family with something that had become so routine. Today was one of those days. I checked in at the front desk, took a seat, and prepared myself for what I hoped would be a quick visit. I had a book in my bag, a bottle of water, and enough patience to endure the usual waiting room chaos. However, what I hadn't anticipated was the particular brand of chaos that awaited me that day. Hospital waiting rooms are rarely peaceful places. There's always someone coughing, a baby crying, or the muffled voice of a television playing outdated health information videos. However, this time, the waiting room was particularly loud. Children ran up and down the aisles, their sneakers squeaking against the tile floor. A woman was on the phone, speaking loudly and animatedly about her neighbor's recent drama. A man sat across from me, his leg bouncing impatiently, sighing loudly every few minutes. I tried to focus on my book, but the noise made it difficult. A little boy, no older than 6, zoomed past my chair, nearly knocking over an elderly woman in the process. Behind him, a girl who looked about 8 followed closely, laughing as they chased each other. Their mother sat a few rows away, completely absorbed in her phone, paying them no mind. I sighed. It was going to be a long wait. The children continued their game, oblivious to the annoyed stares of other patients. They weaved between chairs, nearly tripping over people's feet, their shrieks echoing through the small room. I tried to ignore them, but my patience was wearing thin. Then, the inevitable happened. The little boy, whose name I would later learn was Tommy, ran straight into a nurse carrying a tray of medication. The collision sent the tray flying, pills and small containers scattering across the floor. The nurse gasped, stumbling back, barely managing to keep her balance. The room fell silent for a brief moment. The boy stood frozen, eyes wide with surprise, before looking toward his mother. The nurse knelt down, frantically trying to gather the fallen medication, and I expected the mother to step in, apologize, and scold her son. Instead, she sighed dramatically, rolled her eyes, and loudly declared, "Well, maybe you shouldn't have been walking with that tray in the first place." Murmurs spread through the waiting room. A few people shook their heads in disbelief, while others whispered to one another. The nurse, clearly flustered, continued picking up the pills, her hands trembling slightly. I stood up, crouching down to help her, and she gave me a grateful look. "It's fine," she whispered, though the stress in her voice was evident. "This happens more often than you'd think." I frowned. That didn't make it any less frustrating. The children's mother, whom I would mentally dub Karen, made no attempt to reprimand her son. Instead, she continued scrolling on her phone, acting as if nothing had happened. The nurse, now finished gathering the spilled medication, stood up and dusted herself off. "Ma'am," she said, her voice polite but firm, "I'd appreciate it if you could keep an eye on your children. This is a hospital, not a playground." Karen scoffed. "They're just kids," she said dismissively. "You can't expect them to sit still like robots." "No one expects that," the nurse replied, still composed despite the woman's attitude. "But they need to be careful. Someone could get hurt." Karen waved a hand. "They're fine. People need to stop being so sensitive." I clenched my jaw, resisting the urge to say something. The entitlement was staggering. The nurse gave a small nod, clearly deciding it wasn't worth arguing, and walked away. As soon as she was gone, Tommy and his sister resumed their game, laughing as they dodged around chairs. I exhaled sharply, gripping my book tightly. This was going to be an even longer wait than I'd thought. The events of that morning set the stage for what would become one of the most stressful hospital visits of my life. Between the chaotic energy of the waiting room and the entitled mother who refused to control her children, the atmosphere was already tense. But what I didn't realize was that this was only the beginning. Because soon, Tommy's curiosity would shift, directly onto me and my heart monitor. The protagonist, now deeply enmeshed in their journey, faces increasing opposition from multiple fronts. Political tensions escalate as factions within the kingdom vie for power, each attempting to manipulate events to their advantage. The antagonist, aware of the protagonist's growing influence, deploys spies and mercenaries to undermine their progress. Simultaneously, supernatural elements begin to make their presence felt, hinting at an ancient force that may alter the course of history. The protagonist's allies start questioning their loyalty, driven by personal agendas and external pressures. Some succumb to bribes, while others are blackmailed into betraying their cause. The protagonist, forced into a corner, must navigate these treacherous waters while continuing their mission. They learn to discern true allies from false friends and develop strategic acumen to counter their adversaries. Amidst these conflicts, a crucial revelation emerges. An ancient prophecy hints at the protagonist's role in shaping the future. This discovery adds weight to their already burdensome journey, making every decision they take even more critical. The protagonist grapples with self-doubt but ultimately resolves to forge ahead, embracing their destiny despite the mounting challenges. As tensions reach a boiling point, the protagonist faces the ultimate heartbreak, betrayal by someone they trusted deeply. This once loyal ally, influenced by greed, fear, or manipulation, turns against them at a pivotal moment. The betrayal shatters the protagonist's morale, forcing them to confront the painful reality that trust is a fragile commodity. This treachery leads to severe consequences. Perhaps a vital piece of information falls into enemy hands, or an attack is orchestrated that leads to devastating losses. The protagonist is captured, injured, or forced into hiding. The betrayal stings not only because of its immediate impact but also due to the emotional toll it takes on them. Despite this setback, the protagonist finds strength in adversity. They learn to become more guarded yet remain determined not to lose their humanity in the face of betrayal. A lesson is learned. While trust can be broken, resilience and wisdom can turn even the darkest situations into opportunities for growth. In the aftermath of the betrayal, the protagonist undergoes a transformation. Forced to push beyond their known limits, they tap into a hidden power or skill they had yet to realize. This could manifest as an untapped magical ability, a newfound strategic brilliance, or a unique connection to an ancient force. Through rigorous training, self-reflection, and guidance from a wise mentor or mystical entity, the protagonist hones this ability. It is not an instant mastery, but a gradual and arduous process that reshapes their understanding of themselves and their purpose. During this phase, the protagonist also gains new allies, individuals who recognize their potential and rally behind them. These new bonds, formed in the crucible of hardship, prove to be more trustworthy than those forged out of convenience. Together, they prepare for the next major confrontation, armed with knowledge, power, and an unshakable resolve. As the protagonist progresses, they uncover a long-buried secret that alters their perception of their mission. Perhaps they learn the true origin of their lineage, revealing them as the rightful heir to a lost throne. Maybe they discover that their sworn enemy is actually a pawn in a much larger scheme orchestrated by an even greater foe. This revelation adds complexity to their journey, forcing them to reevaluate their past actions and future choices. It also creates moral dilemmas. Should they continue on their current path, knowing the full truth, or change their course to prevent further harm? The revelation also ties back to earlier clues, reinforcing the depth of the story's world building. Every cryptic message, every overlooked detail, suddenly makes sense, bringing clarity to the overarching narrative. The protagonist's purpose is now clearer than ever, but so is the danger they face. With the full scope of their mission unveiled, the protagonist braces for their greatest challenge yet. The antagonist, now fully aware of their capabilities, pulls all stops to ensure their downfall. A massive battle looms, whether physical, ideological, or both, where every decision will determine the fate of not just the protagonist but the entire world around them. As the confrontation nears, the protagonist must rally their forces, inspire those around them, and overcome their deepest fears. This is the moment where all their struggles, losses, and triumphs culminate into one decisive encounter. Whether they emerge victorious or fall in the attempt will shape the future forever. Digital transformation is a crucial driver of modern business growth. It involves integrating digital technologies into all aspects of a company's operations, fundamentally changing how businesses operate and deliver value to customers. The adoption of digital tools enhances efficiency, improves customer experiences, and enables data-driven decision-making. A key aspect of digital transformation is automation. Businesses are increasingly leveraging artificial intelligence, AI, and machine learning, ML, to automate repetitive tasks, reducing operational costs and human errors. Additionally, cloud computing enables companies to scale operations seamlessly while ensuring data security and accessibility. Customer experience is another pivotal factor. Companies utilizing digital transformation can personalize customer interactions through data analytics, chatbots, and AI-driven recommendations. Businesses like Amazon and Netflix have successfully implemented AI-based personalization, significantly improving user engagement and satisfaction. Moreover, digital transformation fosters innovation. It enables businesses to experiment with new business models, such as subscription-based services, e-commerce, and remote work solutions. Companies that embrace digital transformation remain competitive, while those that resist may struggle to keep pace in a rapidly evolving market. Leadership plays a fundamental role in managing teams effectively. A successful leader must possess emotional intelligence, strategic vision, and strong communication skills to foster a productive work environment. One critical leadership strategy is clear goal setting. Employees perform best when they understand organizational objectives and how their roles contribute to achieving them. Leaders should define SMART, specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time-bound goals to ensure clarity and accountability. Empowerment and trust are also essential. Delegating responsibilities and trusting employees to make decisions boosts morale and fosters a sense of ownership. Micromanagement often leads to frustration and decreased productivity, whereas empowering employees enhances motivation and innovation. Effective communication is another pillar of leadership. Open communication channels, active listening, and regular feedback sessions help teams stay aligned. Leaders should encourage a culture where employees feel comfortable sharing ideas and concerns without fear of judgment. Additionally, adaptability is crucial in today's dynamic work environment. Leaders must navigate uncertainties, embrace change, and inspire resilience among team members. Companies that prioritize leadership development programs equip their managers with the necessary skills to lead teams effectively and drive organizational success. Artificial intelligence, AI, is transforming industries, raising questions about its impact on employment. While AI enhances efficiency and innovation, it also disrupts traditional job markets, leading to both job displacement and the creation of new opportunities. AI-driven automation has replaced routine and repetitive jobs, particularly in manufacturing, retail, and customer service. Self-checkout machines, robotic process automation, and AI-powered chatbots have reduced the need for human workers in specific roles. As a result, low-skilled jobs are at higher risk of being automated. However, AI also generates new employment opportunities. The demand for AI specialists, data scientists, cybersecurity experts, and machine learning engineers is growing. Companies require skilled professionals to develop, maintain, and optimize AI systems, creating a shift toward knowledge-based jobs. Furthermore, AI augments human capabilities rather than replacing jobs entirely. In healthcare, for example, AI assists doctors in diagnosing diseases, but human expertise remains essential for patient care. Similarly, AI-powered analytics enhance marketing strategies, but human creativity and intuition drive decision-making. To adapt to AI's impact on employment, continuous learning and upskilling are imperative. Governments, educational institutions, and businesses must collaborate to equip workers with relevant digital skills, ensuring they remain competitive in an AI-driven economy. Globalization has led to increased cultural exchange, shaping identities worldwide. While it promotes cultural diversity and economic growth, it also raises concerns about cultural homogenization and identity loss. One positive aspect of globalization is the accessibility of different cultures. Through digital platforms, people can experience global cuisines, music, fashion, and traditions. This fosters cultural appreciation and cross-cultural understanding, leading to greater global connectivity. However, globalization also contributes to cultural erosion. Westernization, driven by media and corporate expansion, influences local traditions and values. Fast food chains, Hollywood films, and global fashion brands dominate many societies, sometimes overshadowing indigenous cultures and traditions. Additionally, language plays a significant role in cultural identity. English has become the dominant language in business, education, and entertainment, leading to a decline in linguistic diversity. Many indigenous languages are endangered as younger generations prioritize learning globally dominant languages over their native tongues. Despite these challenges, globalization presents an opportunity for cultural preservation. Countries can embrace digital tools to document and share their heritage, ensuring traditional practices remain relevant in modern society. Cultural policies and education programs should emphasize the importance of preserving unique identities while embracing global integrations. E-commerce has revolutionized the retail industry, significantly impacting consumer behavior. The convenience of online shopping, personalized recommendations, and seamless payment options have transformed how people purchase goods and services. One significant shift in consumer behavior is the preference for digital marketplaces over brick-and-mortar stores. Platforms like Amazon, Alibaba, and Shopify have made it easier for consumers to compare prices, read reviews, and shop from anywhere. The COVID-19 pandemic accelerated this shift, reinforcing the importance of digital commerce. Personalization is another key trend in e-commerce. Companies leverage data analytics, AI, and machine learning to offer personalized product recommendations based on browsing history and purchase behavior. This enhances customer satisfaction and increases sales conversions. Moreover, mobile commerce, m-commerce, is growing rapidly. With smartphones becoming the primary shopping device, businesses optimize their websites and apps for mobile users, ensuring a seamless shopping experience. Features like one-click payments, chat support, and augmented reality, AR, try-ons further enhance user engagement. However, challenges such as cybersecurity threats and data privacy concerns remain. Consumers demand secure payment methods and transparency regarding data usage. Businesses that prioritize cybersecurity measures and ethical data practices build trust and maintain customer loyalty. Financial literacy is essential for effective wealth management, enabling individuals to make informed decisions about budgeting, saving, investing, and debt management. Without financial knowledge, people are at risk of financial instability and poor money management. Budgeting is the foundation of financial literacy. Understanding income, expenses, and savings goals helps individuals allocate funds wisely and avoid unnecessary debt. Creating a realistic budget ensures financial stability and long-term wealth accumulation. Investing is another crucial component. Financially literate individuals understand the importance of assets, diversification, and risk management. They explore options like stocks, bonds, mutual funds, and real estate to grow their wealth strategically. Additionally, debt management is vital. Mismanagement of loans, credit cards, and mortgages can lead to financial distress. Knowing how to use credit responsibly and prioritize high-interest debt repayments helps individuals maintain financial health. Governments and educational institutions should emphasize financial literacy programs to equip individuals with essential money management skills, ensuring economic security and financial independence. remote work has become a dominant trend, reshaping workplace dynamics. The COVID-19 pandemic accelerated its adoption, and many companies now recognize its benefits, such as cost savings, improved work-life balance, and access to a global talent pool. One significant impact of remote work is increased productivity. Employees experience fewer distractions and commute-related stress, leading to better focus and efficiency. Companies like Microsoft and Twitter have adopted hybrid work models, balancing remote and in-office work. However, challenges such as team collaboration, communication barriers, and employee isolation persist. Organizations implement virtual collaboration tools like Zoom, Slack, and Microsoft Teams to bridge the gap. Long-term, remote work may influence urban planning, real estate markets, and corporate policies. Businesses must adapt to this shift by investing in digital infrastructure and creating policies that support remote work sustainability.